Let's welcome our host, Sir Alberto Avira, aka Tata Bert.
Nandito na naman tayo. Good evening, good morning sa inyong lahat. We survived again for another week. And this is the last day of my second week. And I'm thanking God and you, audience, that you have all the patience and love to share my laughter, my stammering statement, my inadequacy and any shortcomings, but you are there, here and there to support. Thank you very much. I could express more than ever that I could do, but you will understand what has to be added and what has to be deleted. For tonight, there is no specific topic, but I have to maintain the title of this show noon at ngayon. Last night was a very interesting because a morning before that, we have a discussion with the Councilor Marvin Rotran, Ramon Vicente, and that young guy, he told me that he know very well, but I don't know him because of my young age. Maybe he introduced me. I could read his name, but the face is lasting. Wherever I could see you, I will always remember you. And hopefully, every night will join me to exchange ideas and laughters and what could be done in our community for improvement and unification, clarification, and closer ties to each and every one of us, so we'll have a good cooperation in any encounters of difficulty, especially. But it so happened that it's a pandemic situation, so we are seeing only each other on the TV. So for now, we have to suffice ourselves and accept the reality that we have to follow the protocol, that no close contact, no closer together, but we will be saying only on the TV like this now. So, let's admit it. We have to bear this. We have to endure, but rather than suffering, let's enjoy the moment and every hour that we are facing each other. So, let's start it. I like the girl also last night. I have that girl when she said that about this subject being discussed about racism. She is right. Racism will stay forever among us. So long as we have a choice, racism will stay. Despite of the racism, United States became rich because of suppressing the slaves in the olden days. But that is only part of the history. Who knows what's the real reason? But for us, history tells that they have enslaved other human beings in order to enrich their country and agricultural needs or factory. But that's how it is, how business are going. You have to suppress in order to survive better and ahead, as what Napoleon said. Offense is better than defense, because before any other prospective rivals, because they could do anything, you have to make your own move fast, 3 or 4 times ahead steps. So before they could make any improvement of themselves, you are already ahead. So the terminology is that offense is the best defense. It's just a process, how you apply to your real situation in the needs of your wants and your whatever activities you are dealing with. I would like to ask the moderator to those who would like to come up anytime they want. So there is no subject to be cut, but because it's always a continuation and like what the picture says, there's a StreamYard, but the picture is a duck. That means you will have to keep it quacking. I don't know why the logo is a duck, but I understand that when there's a duck, you have to keep quacking. So the duck is a quack. So in other words, that is just an ad lib of a statement for tonight. Speaking of noon, I am have something here with me, and this was published 20 years ago. I was recognized by the official newspaper here in Montreal, which is the Gazette Montreal, published in July 2001. That means already 20 years ago. Yeah, I could flash this if so. Just to, this is an ad lib, but I would like you to ask me anytime you want. Maybe you are bored, or if you want something exciting, suggest anything. Maybe I could fit in, and maybe I could develop something more laughter or more interesting subjects. Or if there is something you would like specifically to know, I'm here. Whatever I can supplement what I know. Otherwise, I will try to search and discuss whatever you have to know more. So let's work together. So, okay, here is a good example why Filipinos have built a good foundation to the prospect in the incoming Filipino immigrants wherever they want to go, because the old timer are really work hard in order to prove that the OFW are reliable, responsible, and creative to any means in order to fulfill their duties as hard as what they are. Filipino working abroad are well armed with determination because of the love of their family. Family is the utmost first reason of every immigrant, because opportunity, we think as OFW, could be found easily outside our country. We know it very well. Our country could not give us as much high salary as what they offer abroad. So we there. We know there will be hardship. We know there will be discrimination. We know that we will be treated. We know we have to suffer, but we accept the challenge and we survive. In fact, and last year, the government reported that the remittance have reached more than $24 billion coming in from abroad because the remittance of our FW. That is a good contribution to our economy. When who is benefiting this? Of course, our family. But the most real benefactors are the establishments like SM, because we Filipinos, when we have money, of course, we are being hungry for quite a few months. When the remittance come in from our family abroad, the first thing we do, shopping, because We have to survive first before anything else. Only maybe 10% are being spent for investment, but mostly for subsistence. That's what we are now. Magandang gabi. I could read some news here. Magandang gabi umaga sa Saudi. Sa G, especially to Tata Bert, should shout out to all. Shout out to all. I don't know what you mean. Okay. Okay, this is flashing here. Please come in and ask me anything about yesterday. Yesterday, lots of things happening. That's why yesterday we have learned, and tomorrow we have to face and adapt ourselves for the coming event, whatever we will be facing tomorrow. Yesterday is just a lesson for us, and we have to make improvement what was missing yesterday and what has to be corrected yesterday, and today have to accept that yesterday will never come back, but we have to do it right, whatever we have to face to. Yesterday are gone. So those are memories. Good memories, bad memories, but yesterday give us a good reason to make correction to ourselves. Hello sa lahat ng mga kababayan. Hello sa lahat ng mga aking kaibigan. Hello sa lahat ng mga subscriber. Hello sa mga friends. I ask you to support. Your support, come forward, speak it up. Akyat naman kayo sa sasyo ko. Join me. So what you could argue with me, you could make a correction, you could ever do whatever you want for the benefits of our community. Our show is just for me to be showing my ugly face and you, but I would like to share whatever I have, but mine also, of course, limited. But your support, your input, your suggestion, or discussion, or correction will always benefit the community and our listeners, and of course, this station could be more supportive because your participation is very paramount and necessary for every existence of any establishment, because participation, or like if you have a dependor customer, or because you could share, because the dependor could be a good dependor if there is no customer. So subscribe. My show is just not for me, it's for everybody. If ever this will succeed because of your support. So join me. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, Alberto Aviera. It's not hard, though I'm known for Bert, but my Christian name has to be the official, Alberto, not Bert. But you could call me Tatang or Lolo, whatever, which most of, when I'm in the Philippines, my nickname is Lolo, so that's it. So, because they think, because I'm 87 years old, I'm Lolo, I don't feel that way. I'm always young, because your feeling will affect your activities and your mingling with the community, because if you feel sorry for yourself, you will be going down the drain. The important thing in survival is be strong and accept who you are. Because, of course, it's not bad to be dreaming and hoping and wishing. Mangarap, pwede. Lahat na pangarap, gawin mo. Libre, walang bayad. Pero you have to accept the reality of who you are and what is your capacity for your own life development. Because you cannot just rely on biyaya ng Diyos. No, biyaya ng Diyos. Help yourself and God will help you. That is the very basic when you are living. Ang pagkakataon is always just an accident because accident is never been scheduled. Here is a good message. You don't look like 87 old and look like 27. You are right because facial appearance is a camouflage. Just because I look young, I am young. But it all depends. The important thing is your innermost because face could be painted. So don't believe, but you have to accept that looks is always deceiving. Tata Bert still didn't give us your secret how to stay look younger. If I look younger, I don't know how it will be look when you are old. Because for me, it's not my face that important. It is my feeling because you have to know that spirit never grow old. Like for example, the writings of a love story. If you were born in the early 40 or 50s and like the professor of Ateneo, Father Joseph Delany, who wrote the best novel, short story or a pocket book for everybody for you to read. He wrote the Love and Marriage, a priest, because imaginations is open. You could be visiting even to the ninth heaven. You could explore the universe. You could see everything, what is beauty and all over because the spirit goes beyond your imagination. So, if you think I am young, thank God because my spirit is always young. What I have my feeling since I was 27 is always the same as I was 87. I am 87. So it all depends on you because if you think old, you sure you'll become old. You'll deteriorate. But think young because as you observe, in fact, I don't join so much on the seniors because I might be mistaken as seniors because that's not what I feel. I feel young and invigorated, and I have to walk and join the laughter in the community. If I have nothing to contribute, at least my presence is there. I could argue in this, agree and disagree. That's what you have to live for. So the secret is yourself. Are you willing to participate? Do you join the laughter? Do you contribute for laughter? Do you exercise? Do you eat rightly? For most important thing, you could eat anything with moderation. Never abuse your body. Never abuse your appetite because appetite is passing. Your body is lasting if you take care. So, Tata Bert, don't you have any wrinkles and common, give us your secret. Yeah. The secret is what you are doing every day. Because buying chemicals will destroy your natural self because your body is not created for chemicals because beauty secrets they are selling and the drugs is temporary. Eat natural foods, vegetables and fruits. Sleep is a requirement. It is a must for everybody. At least 8 hours as prescribed. But it all depends on you because you feel good. Well, if you have a responsibility, do it so long as you do the right thing, and then don't abuse the very thing. Know your limitations. Secret, there is no secret, because what is applicable to me may not be applicable to you. So study yourself, observe you what you like and what you want. The, so secret, there is no secret. It's individual uh, system of living. Just like what they say that si Lucifer nga sa impyerno nakatira, pero dahil sa happy siya ron, kaya tumagal siya ron. So, that is a joke, but you could get a lesson also for that. It all depends on you, how you adapt yourself. Like here in Montreal or Canada, we have a good life. But for those who join for laughter in the community, helping one another, extend your free time to the community, listen to everybody's needs. Maybe you could share or not, but at least you would sympathize, and maybe by a simple word that kawawa ka naman is just a uplifting feeling for to hear that somebody sympathize with you, though not materially, but the extensions of the feeling suffice to the relief of your heartache, of especially the homesick that we miss our family back home. So we have to adapt it. We have to accept it and be merry. Not because you are happy you're forgetting your family. No, it is a strong way to how to maintain a better health for in order to sustain your progress and your work, so you could be more supportive for your loved ones, because loving yourself is a love of God and your family. Your body is the temple of the soul, and the soul is with God all the time. So they are always in commune and exchange and ready to guide you whenever you need. But please ask, because of course God knows everything, but He give you the right mind, body and soul, in order to survive, in order for you to develop and apprehend and comprehend and share to God, and openly ask Him, talk to Him. You will learn that, and you could feel elevated and feel you are at least with God. You don't need a physical result, because it's you who could make yourself. You don't expect other people. Like for example, of course, your body could be deteriorate anytime. So there is the physician to do. But believe me, whatever the physician will give you, it's not a cure. It's up to you, because the cure is never prescribed, and because they are doing just trial and error. If they give prescription or something, you do it, and then you could go back to your physician. You are still sick, so the physician will prescribe you another medicine. So it's just a trial and error. It's up to you how to cure yourself, especially your anguish, your feeling, your loneliness. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to go to show off to everybody. Like for example, I was laughing at an Pangarap village. Our neighbor has to go to the Zumba. Zumba, they have to go to Zumba because they want to perspire. While their surroundings is not even could not even sweep the dry leaves are falling, their floor not even washed, and the babies is not being bathed. But they have to go to the Zumba because there is everybody there put to show off. I think we have to know what is really needed on us. Not because you want to show, because that's what everybody is doing. You have to do it. One thing is maybe applicable to you, but not for everybody. So much so for that. Let's go to reality. I would like to thank Malu Bailey for listening. Thank you, Iha, Kapi Barako, um, and Eric Batusay. Thank you, Iha. You are very patient in listening to me. I hope you could share. Come up. Maybe I am wrong and maybe something has to be added or deleted. Let me join me so for the improvement for our community. If not for the show, at least you share what has to be corrected in our community and what has to be done. Of course, you cannot share what you don't have, but whatever you have, share. So, Mang Kanor Midnight, you are an inspiration, Tata Bert. You are the modern day Tata Tino. Tino, ayun, that's good. Thank you. Nice hearing from you. Okay, Adrian Wogs. Shout out, host tamsak na agad. What do you mean? Okay, whatever it has, thank you. Favorable or not favorable, at least you speak up. Okay, Jello, Mangkanor, Midnight Shout Out. Okay, whatever it is, nice participation. Adrian Box Vegas. Okay, so these are these people who are patient enough to bear with me, join me, at least keep me alive, at least somebody is listening. Otherwise, the moderator here, the host here will shout me out. So keep me alive by posting but better still if you come up and talk it out, participate, share whatever you have in mind because it's open, it's free. At least you this is a lead for your outlet. Speak up because like the women, they will be suffering if they could make a gossip. So you are not a woman, but this is a show. Let's join together. Shout out to Big Brothers. Akyat ka at tuloy natin ang kwentuhan. That's the word. Because if I really want to, it's only one side. What about your side? You are also a person. You have your own independent mind and good ideas. I am sure of that. Because for me, I have said the thing I want because whatever it is, that's what I have said already. Maybe there are more or less because I am reserving the other topics for the next event. Hopefully, if this shows continue. Speaking of the shows, I have something comes up here. I have to tell you that you current or new arrivals that you are lucky. When we first come here, our employees are so ignorant about our place. Oh, welcome, Willie. Okay,
Yes,
well, continue
sir.
the next. You know, our employees before in early 70s were surprised why Filipinos are speaking English. So, when in fact, here in Canada at the time, only Filipinos are eating chickens because chickens in the Panor are they give away. And those are the time that life is really good and easy, but of course, your income is so low. So it's always a pattern. When the salary high, it's just passing on your hand. Like for example, I'm being a senior. I have my pension being increased, but as soon as the increase reaches on my bank, the rental has to increase my rent. The housing has to increase my rent. So what remains is just a figure. So, but we have to accept that. Shout out, brothers, come on in. Kausapin mo si Willie. Willie, now it's your turn because I've been wanting somebody to discuss with, argue with me, or disagree, or maybe you'd like to some topics that you would like to pitch in. Please come in, Willie. Good evening, good morning in the Philippines. So are you listening?
Good evening,
So let's
everyone.
laugh together. Correct me if there is any correction. Add if there is something to be added. Uh, how was the
I
show
didn't know
with this
the.
fundraising?
Come again?
Yeah. Have you observed that fundraising is left and right? In fact, there was a circular by Marvin Rotran that we have to activate ourselves to participate and help make a fundraising for our flood victims in the Philippines. I think that he doesn't have to do that, but at least we thank him that he is cooperating. What do you think of that?
Well,
And what
the
about these
fundraising is that.
shows that those shows fundraising of fundraising of Tiny Rose? Tiny Rose has declared last Sunday that they they receive of 11,000 donations, which is very uh, lucrative amount already. But we will still keep going raising. Okay, the Willie.
With regards to the fundraising, um, speaking of fundraising, we uh, we have a fundraising. Actually, it's not a fundraising. We have a plan. Our plan is undergoing now and is still progressing. That we will send money to the flood victims in Camarines Sur. The money is to alleviate the sufferings of the flood victims who were displaced by the said typhoons in that particular area. What we do is we asking our friends, our neighbors, and this is spearheaded by the fraternal organization of Sigma Upsilon Lambda, Fraternity and Sorority International, Montreal, Quebec chapter, because it was stated in our constitution that we have to respect the humankind by helping them, especially in times of unforeseen circumstances like catastrophe, typhoon. So for now, on December 14, we are sending money to the victim of flood victims in Nabwa, Camarines Sur. And this money should be received by the Kagawad there, our one of our contact, with the participation deputized by the LGUs in that area. So the primordial aspect or meaning of this sending money is to like borrowing your statement during the Noto ASEAN regime that there is equality of human being. We have to help them, not in times of, not only in prayers, but in terms of material, especially food, because the exigency is highly demanded this time for them, like water. So there's no question about raising a fund as long as it is transparent, as long as the fund will not goes to the pocket of the individual, because mostly if we do fundraising, the eyelids of the people in Montreal goes higher, because you know there are some people, money is devil, money is evil. So in order to be in a transparency, we have our committee, we have our emissary, so that the money will be benefited to the destitute or to the people who are in need, especially in times of this crucial moment of the area where typhoons devastated their properties and life there.
Oh, thank you for clarification. You don't accept the word fundraising, but whatever it is, the object is the same because, oh, I could say you gathered or you solicited money for an individual or a company or a corporation for the to be donated to the flood victims in our Philippines. I think the objective is the same, but you just disagree the terminology of fundraising. But
No,
still okay
objection,
because
objection. I didn't disagree.
yeah, but
I didn't
thank
disagree.
you. Maybe you just want to correct when using fundraising. Good enough.
Fundraising is excellent job. It is good.
Mm.
However, I told you we have to put that in a transparency, because the trust is always there.
Actually,
There's no
maybe you
problem
were
when we do
also
the
aware
fundraising.
when Yolanda, how much we work for that. I know you are part of that, but of course, we were disappointed because we don't have that transparency, the word. So, because if you are a donor, it will be a good feeling that what your dollar given reached to the right person. But
Tata Bert,
that
Tata Bert,
Yolanda was
Tata Bert.
never transparent quoted that it ever received, not
Tata
even
Bert.
a confirmation that they received it. No one see it.
It is
That's
very
what we have to
delicious
work on
to
it.
our heart.
Yeah.
It is very delicious to our heart if we give something than you receive.
Yes.
It is very hard. It's very delicious if you give something.
So
But
we
for the
have
culprit
to.
of corruption of the fundraising, it is their prerogative. It's not prerogative, but it is their
It's happening.
responsibility for that. Conscience will prevail for them.
Well, even the President Duterte admitted this thing. But that doesn't mean that we have to give up. So we will still work hard that hopefully this time whatever we raise, whatever individuals given heartedly for the support will reach to the right recipient where they are supposed to be.
I know you personally since 1997
Wow.
until now. I know you. You didn't know me because perhaps I am not the only guy that you meet, but I know you personally. Your leadership is very exemplary. That's why when I saw you there to the note to ASEAN races, oh, Tata Bert is here. And I I remember, I think last 1990s, when 1990s or year 2000, that we meet each other at Mackenzie King Park to unfold the Rizal. We sang there. We are member. The one who sang the Pambansang Awit is the Panday Tinig, and I am one of those.
Oh,
And you were
oh, I
there.
see.
So
Okay.
that's why if we talk about fundraising, it is very easy because your credibility, your integrity was already trusted by the constituents, Filipino constituents in Montreal, and even the whites. So that's why I'm very apprehensive about fundraising, because I didn't judge them that they are corrupt. But we have to take care of that, because what happened to Yolanda, what happened to Sendong in Cagayan de Oro, what happened to Bohol. Bohol, I helped also to do the fundraising, but I didn't know where is the house. Where is the
Oh,
house
I
of
could
the
go
victim?
back.
I didn't know. I didn't see the picture.
Well, I could go back
That's
before
why
that.
I'm being.
Remember the Pinatubo? Have you?
Yeah, Pinatubo also.
Yeah. At that time, very few of us here, but I was able to fill up the warehouse of Mr. Ike Sarasola. If you are around already in the early 78, 79 when Pinatubo erupted. So I filled up of goods like canned goods and clothing for to be shipped to Manila. So I called the embassy, and they won't accept it because it's very time consuming and hard work and expensive. They only accept cash. So, but that doesn't deter my extension of help. I still going out, and especially helping our, an older, early 70s and 80s, the incoming
Oh,
immigrants was very easy. So, you know how the immigrants work. So they could always pass shortcuts with the utilizes me. So the like specialists, seafarers, and the caregivers, I match them and easily. In fact, most of them are very successful now. Thank God that it works because our people, they needed to be pampered. They are not so dependent because they have the initiative. They could uh, take or themselves, also, just giving them a night or two. What have I been doing? The following weeks, they survive already. They left already my apartment and live alone. I'm glad for that because I see them now being a prosperous family. I don't have to mention names, but I am happy and seeing these people have succeeded in building a family of themselves. So let's have not to stop there. Life has to go on. There will be another situation that needed help. So here comes the flood. So we have to do it again. Work is never stoppage, but because that gives you more energy and more ideas on how to extend this field, how to create and build a better community. So I'm asking everybody, extend because that is a good feeling. The more you give, the more blessing you will return. For me, my
we do that one.
I am
We do
happy
that one
because
now.
I am blessed with good health. It is good enough, cannot be valued per dollar sign.
Yes, I agree. As a matter of fact, I we all already we call that Bayanihan and Damayan spirit. By December 19, we have to send food and money to the victim in Nabua, Camarines Sur, and elsewhere in Bicol. So for now, we are waiting for some. We are soliciting some donations. We don't accept any perishable and non-perishable goods. We only accept cash because due to the exigency of demand.
They easily to
So
facilitate.
yeah, and thanks also for Silio Flores Javier of GM Cargo Forwarder because he is our
Takes another three
he's the one
months.
who helped us. Yeah, but for now we didn't accept any perishable and non-perishable goods except for the monetary donations so that it will expedite the arrival of the deployment of money in that particular area. Kinopya ko lang yan sa iyo dahil before you are very active in that humanitarian purpose. You are very active, and I idolize you for that, Mr. Tata Bert. I idolize you. Remember my name, Willie Gomez. You are my idol so far since 1990s when I arrived here. I saw you.
Now that is already planted. Nobody could remove that already, Willie, because good heart only are always planted to another good heart. So,
And likewise,
so
and
much for
also,
that.
nobody can destroy you because you're a happy man. Nobody can destroy a happy man like Tata Bert.
Because it to be happy, it all depends on you. Just what
Of
I said,
course.
because just what I said for a joke that Lucifer even living in hell, but he's happy, so he's there, he stays in hell. So it's a joke, but you could apply that to yourself. Accept who you are, and but you don't have to don't stop aspiration because it is your duty. You have to work hard because when you accept hard and stop, that's the end of you. Because just like education and learning, when you say, I know everything, that's the end of it. Because there's no stop it and learning. Everybody has to learn something. That's go on and on. You have to learn because every day is a new day, is a new life. So accept that and you feel happy that you have to wake up because it's a new day. So new obligation, new responsibility, and new enjoyment. Everything is new because it's a new day. And thank God that you given you that new day. So accept it and work for it. That's how I feel. So even okay, you feel lousy, you feel sick, don't accept it. Fight for it, work out, stand up, try your best to stand up and drink water or coffee to make you alive and think positively. This is your body because you have to know that mind is controls the body. Mind dictates the function of the body. And everything that body has failure, the spirit has to there to supplement the energy in the aspiration that has to be done by your body. Before we continue, please listen to our sponsors. So we have break.
For Filipino delicacies, call Pinoy Pansitan and order now at 438-386-7999. Hi, hello. Welcome to Canadian Pinoy Radio Montreal. Please hit like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy your stay. Thank you, Try Sunfilm. Please subscribe and share. For your computer problems, call 514-560-0398.
Sorry, I had my kausap ako.
So we are back. Thank you. I think I have a fruitful nights with Mr. Gomez. We may Willie Gomez because you are a kid or you are young, but you could call me Tata all the time. I really admire that because a Filipino when you are called Tata, that is issue of respect. But whatever it is, I am elated that somebody or almost everyone, especially because if I could count how many grandsons and granddaughter here from baptismal to marriages and I don't sponsor divorce. Will you sponsor divorce? Because lots of
To come over
ceremonies.
here?
Yeah, because lots of ceremonies in a man's life. The baptismal, the marriage, the whatever. And the last one is divorce. Will you be willing to sponsor a divorce party? That's a joke.
A divorce, divorce party. I think that
That's
is
a joke.
discrimination.
Because that is the very seldom celebrated together. That is only celebrated in the man's bar. So much so. Let's uh, too much talk, but we have to emphasize more and more that the Bayanihan spirit has to live with us, has to be exercised and practiced. And actually, Filipinos has not to be reminded when it comes to Bayanin. We are the very first to wake up and make and dole whatever we have because that is our spirit as Filipinos. Bayanihan, we cannot just look at our fellow kababayan doing or suffering or let us see something to be left at like lifting a house. That is the symbol of bayanihan. So in any terms, bayanihan covers everything, sharing, loving, and cooperation, the very thing of it and our family. So, your last word, Willie, because we have at least 8 minutes left.
I will my about the Bayanihan and the Mayan spirit. It is a principle of man is an island and no man can stand alone. So we have to help one another because life is so beautiful if managed properly with good friends and neighbors and countrymen. So we will continue the Bayanihan and the Mayan spirit to our fellow countrymen, and we will not anticipate by expecting in return, because if you give, it is a good feeling and it is delicious to your heart and even to your faculty of your body. You are very, very exemplary in the feeling of your faculties. So thank you for inviting me here, and expecting to meet you again in the future, not on the virtual technology, but personally after the pandemic COVID-19 subsides. Now, dito lang muna tayo sa virtual.
Okay, the word is no man is an island because you cannot say, I don't need you. I am rich. I don't
We
need
need
anybody.
we need one another, whether you are destitute, rich, or poor. We need one another in this life. That is why
Yeah.
I had here, and in adherence to No Man is an Island, it is a oneness of unity between you, me, and to everybody. We need one another, especially in time of crisis, especially in times of sadness, because
Not
the
only
cadence of our responsibility.
because we don't need anybody not only on time of crisis, but we need anybody all the time because you are born a social being. Because without seeing your fellow man, but that's why God, you nobody could question his intelligence. That's why He created a woman for our companionship because you need to be social and exchange ideas. You need somebody to argue, to love, and hate. So that is a part of existence. So as a social being, you cannot isolate yourself because not a long time that you will be longing for somebody to laugh with, somebody to scold it, somebody to curse it, whatever it is. You need a human being as being human. So that's how it is. That's how we have to exist because this world is not created for one person. God created persons to be inhabited in every sector because the Bible will say God created man and what? I have that question because God created a living human being in every segment of the world because time and again flood will God will replenish
We
the
have to
existence of
love. We
everybody,
have to
but
love
the,
one another. We have to love one another. We see that no
yes,
man is an
you were
island.
born to love,
No man
to
stands
share.
alone. That's it.
Hello, Sir Bert. Family chubs. Thank you. So, we have 3 minutes. I will give you the opportunity to do the framework and the foundation for the next show and whatever we are intending, especially we have to focus more on the our kababayan and disaster. And of course, we have to share the coming blessed season, Christmas, which Filipinos are very famous for that. So we have to do it. So it's your turn.
Yes,
I
we
would
have to
say
share
goodbye now,
because
but you are here to say the last word. Okay? It's yours.
we have to share because there is no impossibility if your heart is willing to give. If you give, it is very delicious to your heart. And advance Merry Christmas to you, Tata Bert, and see you next time. Good night,
Christmas
everyone.
is a very sweet word because the root word there is Christ and a blessing. Mass is a blessing. So Christ's blessing and this season is coming to us. Oh, the last word here says that please don't forget to subscribe
And
and
attention, all knights and all
open the
fans
channel.
elsewhere in the world. Don't forget to subscribe CPRM Montreal.
Whatever it is, open it, participate, discuss, exchange ideas. That's how we have to live together because somebody just talking and listening and you didn't even argue or say something or appreciate it or despise it. Answer, give your ideas, make that you also exist, not only the talker has to exist. Prove and participate that this is a talk show. This is a community show. It is not a community if only one person is talking. Your participation is paramount to the existence of every gatherings or every endeavor of a human being. Because why should I be raising my effort if I don't have to share? because we could just that depends, but we always needed somebody to survive and live in this universe. The universe is not created for one person, but for everybody, and that is one have we have to share. Good evening. Maraming salamat, goodbye, and
Hallelujah.
adios.